And the people in charge of public safety here in Indianapolis are keeping a close eye on developments in Baltimore tonight.
In fact, Metro Police want to make sure that Indianapolis is ready to respond if ever we face a similar situation. Our night view reporter Emily Longnecker with local efforts to keep the peace here.
When he sees the images of buildings on fire, rioters looting businesses in Baltimore.
You've experienced outrage and anger.
But more than that, these images make Reverend Antoine Hauser want to do something right here, right now.
It makes you want to plan. It makes you want to go out and talk to a youth.
For the past 2 years, Hauser has been talking to this city's youth through an organization he heads up called Uplift.
We have to look at it here and say, well, what can we do now to prevent a situation like Baltimore or Ferguson, for that matter, happening here?
Hauser believes some of what needs to be done is already happening.
You see the police out speaking with people all the time, and so I think we're less susceptible to have it happen here, but it can happen.
It certainly says to me that there are a lot of voices that just don't feel like they're being heard.
Associate history professor Ted Franz from Indy is watching the events in Baltimore unfold with an historian's eye.
One of the things that historians are really trying to wrestle with in their work is to say that Black power and nonviolent protest in the 1960s actually came out of some of the same soil. And so if we think about that they came out of some of the same soil, we shouldn't be surprised that in the 21st century, people are reacting in a variety of different ways.
Some of those ways, though, says Franz, are leaving destruction in their path.
There are still pockets of people who do not feel like the system works for them. And to the extent that that feeling builds up, it's a matter of time, I think, before something erupts.
For Antoine Hauser's part, he's working to make sure that something doesn't erupt here.
It doesn't solve anything, and we have to find a better way and a different way.
IMPD Police Chief Rick Hite issued a statement about the events in Baltimore, saying at times like these it's not uncommon to have threats nationwide. Chief Hite assured the community, though, that IMPD is working with federal, state and local police and their community partners to monitor any kind of threats and keep the city safe. Emily Longnecker, Channel 13 Eyewitness.